Okay, now you can probably hear me. So this is going on to my business page, and nice and short. This is about the content that you need to be creating. A lot of times I see so many people struggling, not knowing like what to write about, what to share with their audience, how much is too much sharing, how much is not enough sharing. And if you listen to my this week's podcast where I was talking about habits, and there are symptoms to the habits that you have, and maybe you just haven't figured out, you know, that you haven't cracked the code for content for you. So what I'm talking about is you may not have enough sales calls that are booked on your calendar. Maybe you don't even have enough connection calls. Maybe you don't even have enough clients. All of those are symptoms of what's really going on. And so content is one of those. In my in-demand method, visibility is content. Visibility is doing lives. Doing lives could be your form of content. Like, what is natural for you? So that's number one. And I'm going to be talking more about that in my new training that's next week, which is content that converts. This is similar to crack-like content, but I've kind of rehauled it. I've added some more brain science to it because that's really what's needed. And if you attended, any of my other trainings, that that I really also focus on you to begin with, but also we're going to dive a little bit deeper. So today I just wanted to come out here and talk about the conversations that your prospects are already having. Are you entering the conversation there? Too many times what I see, and this is why I'm saying how-to content should not be all of your content. How-to content is actually hurting you. You get looked at as a resource instead of somebody that I should hire because you're an expert. So in other words, let's see, like we go to YouTube or we go to Google, and how do I research Instagram hashtags? You'll just type that in. Okay, I've learned it, got it, moving on. So that's why too much how-to content is actually going to hurt you. I don't want you to be looked at as a resource. I want you to be looked at as an expert that helps their clients go from point A to point B. I help my clients go from being that invisible entrepreneur to that in-demand entrepreneur. And in-demand to me means you're fully booked. You've got people that are willing to wait with you. They're willing to be on your wait list until you have an opening. In-demand means that every time that you say, hey, I've just opened up a new slot, people jump at the opportunity. Hey, I've got this new training, people sign up for it. That's what being in demand is. And in demand comes down to brain science, visibility, and also your messaging. So let's talk about your visibility and as it relates to content and having the conversation that people are already having, your prospects. So this isn't just like what keeps them up at night. Talk about that. What are their struggles? What do they need? Give them the invite. This is a little bit deeper. So I'm going to use this analogy. You go to a party. You're looking around like, who can I talk to? And you see a little group of people. Let's say there's 5 or 6 people, and you know 2 of them. And you walk over to that group, squeeze yourself in, and you're like, hey, everybody, you're not going to believe what I just learned while I was over there getting punch. What's going to happen? People are going to look at you like, what? Like, it's kind of a little rude. You just jumped in the middle of a conversation. So that's not what you want to do. And I see that happening a lot online. What you want to do is get in there and what's the conversation? So think of this group of people that's at the party and you know 2 of them and you're entering the conversation. What are they talking about right now? Well, maybe they're saying, I just can't figure out how to homeschool while also building my business. I'm really trying to leave my full-time job and work because I want my side hustle to become my main hustle. I just don't understand. I'm getting people on calls, but I'm not converting them. that's the conversation. So you want to like enter into that conversation. So you're having a hard time with sales. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? How are you handling objections? Oh, did you know that objections are just beliefs? Every once in a while, like I do like a little objection party, like here in my Facebook group, and it's to share with me an objection that you hear. And I'm gonna give you like two ways to actually like what you can say to that. So I'm sort of getting off on a tangent, but you see what I mean? You want to have the conversation that your clients, your prospects are already having. So like my private clients, when they come to work with me, they're coming at different phases in their business. Some of them are, I want my first client. I want my second client, and these people are people that are willing to, like, they know when I hire a coach, they're going to get me to point B so much faster. I'm going to be fully booked out working with Laurie-Ann so much faster than if I tried to do it on my own. And then I've got people that are in the middle of the road. And then I've got people who are like, yes, like I'm making great money. I'm making my 20K or 10K, 15K a month. But there's this voice inside of me that I need to share more of what I do. And I just don't know how to do that. And so that's when we like talk about platforms and a bigger visibility. And some of those people want to speak as speakers. But sometimes it's just like, I need a bigger Instagram following. Like, I'm just like, I know I should be doing stories and IG lives, but I just feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to. So what I'm saying is that my clients come to me at different points. But the reason why they're hiring me is because I'm having the conversation that they're already having. So I hope that this helps. So I wanted to invite you. I was about to say something else, but I just like quickly decided not to. I want to personally invite you to join me on my training next week, which is called Content That Converts. And this is for coaches and consultants and business owners. If you are having trouble, if you feel like your calendar is empty, your client roster really could use a few more new bodies, then join me for this training, because I'm going to teach you how to write that content that does two things. This is my belief on content. It needs to pull in the right people, and it also needs to tell to the other people, like, you're not my people, but those people who are not your people can refer people to you because they understand, like, she's not for me, but here's what she does. You might want to look at, I get tagged in a lot of people's posts when they're looking for, how do I get booked as a speaker? How do I get on more podcasts? I'm trying to figure out how to get visible, and I don't know what to say. I don't know how to sign on my first new client. I don't know how to handle objections. I get a lot of people who actually like will tag me, and I'm always so flattered. And that just tells you, hey, people know what I do. So I'm going to drop the link down below, but it is speakandstandout.com/content. And if you're on my email list, you probably got a couple of emails about it this week. So I encourage you to sign up for this training. It is, if you know me, if you've done any of my other trainings before, if you've ever watched any of them here or on YouTube, then you know that I approach my trainings from a very intimate setting. I am interested in your business because I want more women to have profitable, successful businesses that they love working in, that they love growing, but at the same time, that they don't feel like they're working all the time. Because after all, isn't that why you left your other job, your other thing? There's so much to life to enjoy, and I want you to enjoy all of it. So your business needs to be what you want it to be. I will talk to you soon. If you have any questions, feel free just to tag me down below.